He's a dance critic, a historian. He's written over 30 books, many of them on dance. So, you've written a series called Attendance, and this is your 11th book which has come out. So, what I want to ask is, are these books intended for dancers or people who understand dance? Can the non-dancers enjoy it or appreciate it as well?
Very good questions, and you've answered 3 questions within one. So let me start at the genesis of attendance. Attendance means what you have attended in a given year. It is an annual, which means once a year what is happening in the field of dance. You see, when you think of dance, it is happening daily in some part of the country. But all of us may not be privy to what is happening in Kerala or in Delhi or in Calcutta. So the idea is, having written for mainstream media for 20 years, I felt I myself as an insider did not keep in touch with what all happened in India. So the idea was born about 11 years ago. My father, Professor Mohan Kokar, a pioneering scholar, he gave the idea that everything is lost after a year. So if we can compress all the information between 2 covers and retain it for posterity, it will serve dance history, it will serve research, it will help PhD students, and it will interest the ordinary audience or the rasika. So it serves many purposes at the same time.
Non-dancers as well.
Non-dancers more so because we don't focus only on classical forms. We focus even in dance in films. We focus on dance in television. We focus dance in even mainstream kind of popular culture. Even cheerleaders with cricket IPL teams, that is also dance. Somehow in our mind dance is only holy or classical or traditional, which it is for the Indian identity. But it is also all encompassing when you think of circus, when you think of so many variety of dances, folk forms, children dancing naturally. So in those ways, we don't discriminate between dance in any form. So even for the non-dancer, it is a great input.
Okay, so all these forms like cinematic dance and the other forms, has it affected what really dance meant?
That presupposes several aspects that dance meant something at one point in time in a historical perspective. You have a very intelligent question, and I'm trying to compress many years of history within India itself. Partly we were reviving our classical forms, say 100 years ago. Then we were trying to institutionalize them by teaching at university or college levels. Now in the 2010 as we approach, we see that dance has become all-encompassing, especially in electronic media, the dance channels, the special TV shows, the special events in each state, the inter-college competitions. So dance has come out in the open. So it has gone beyond the proscenium stage, beyond the temple, beyond the stage, out in the open. So in a way we are celebrating dance a lot more, and an average Indian is dancing a lot more than 10 years ago.
So previously it was limited to a particular class of people.
I would say so. It was either related 100 years ago to the temples, then it came out in nationalist movement, pre-independence India, and a lot of gurus, pioneering gurus like Guru Gopinath, Uday Shankar, Ram Gopal, Bala Saraswati. These are the first generation people who took it out of the immediate tradition setting and made it international and national. Then the second generation of Yami Krishnamurti, or we had Biju Maharaj, or we had N.K. Saroja, Kalanidhi Narayan. A lot of these gurus then took it out from the immediate cities and immediate cultural setting. And today you see a Kashmiri learning Bharatanatyam, or a person from Kerala learning Uday Shankar style in Bengal, or a Bengali learning Dandiya. So in a way, a lot more interpolation, a lot more outreach is happening.
So dance as an art form is spread across the country, but what we don't have are the records or the history.
Precisely. But that's because we have too much of history in this country. The average Indian knows 500 years of history easily. And average Indian history is 1000 years. We always refer to 2nd century BC or 2nd century AD. So we are living with 2000 years of continuous history. So recent history, what happened 50 years ago, looks too sudden and too recent in our minds. That's why as a race, we don't have best museums in the country. Because for us, what is history is 2000 years old. What is history for America is 50 years old or 100 years old. So in a way, our approach to history is very, very deep and vast. We don't see the immediate, which is why for me as a dance historian, and there are only 2 or 3 in the country, such a big country, billion plus people, and so many dance forms, I feel that I can serve history, dance history, by saving it. Because then the next generation will at least know our graves. They also know who the pioneers were, which will
to write about them?
I think partly this to do with the multiplicity of the media. We have so many regional language media, newspapers, magazines. So what is happening in Madras may not be known in Trivandrum. What is happening in Trivandrum may not be known in Goa. What is known in Goa is not in Baroda. So in a way, India is almost bigger than Europe. We are dealing with almost 30 countries. And I'm amazed that we are still one. And that is God's grace and lot of goodwill on part of lot of well-meant people. That all our traditions are called Indian. Otherwise, what is North Kerala is not South Kerala. Or what is North Kannada is not South Kannada. So the traditions change from village to village. But in a way, this consolidates and makes it an Indian identity. And why it has not been recorded? Partly because there was no discipline. We were a colony for 400 years. There was a lot of our indigenous culture was submerged under the British and the alien rule. A lot of our art forms we almost died because of lack of trade. And it is only a slow divide in the last 60 years after independence and little before that all these forms have got revived. That Kathakali today is everyone knows, even in Punjab, they know that painted face is Kathakali, which 100 years ago they would not have known. So I think a lot of our losses are because of the colonial experience of 500 years.